This is section 153. We're going to take a look at the difference quotient. And so in this lesson, we're going to evaluate polynomials using the difference quotient. This concept is going to be visited later on in this class, but for now, we're going to use it as a way to practice function formation. Now, for reasons that are going to be made clear in calculus, simplifying a difference quotient means rewriting it in a form in which the h in the definition of the difference quotient cancels out with the denominator. Once the h cancels out, your work is done. So that's the goal. Let's cancel out that h. And so by definition, this is the difference quotient. It's your function with x plus h plugged in minus your function all over h. And then algebraically, you're going to be able to cancel out that h. And so we're going to look at it only through a polynomial lens right now. So here's my function. The first thing is we need to find the two pieces. There's one piece here. There's two pieces here. Now the second piece, this is always given, so it's nice. So let's find that first piece, f of x plus h. So that means I need to plug in x plus h. Remember, it's 3 blank plus 1. So 3 blank plus 1. So that's going to be 3h plus 3x. I know I switched them. That's okay. And then plus 1. And then my f of x, well, that's just given. F of x is 3x plus 1. So now I just need to plug them in. So f of x plus h, we said is 3h plus 3x plus 1, minus, now I'm subtracting everything, so minus 3x plus 1 all over h. Now we're going to start simplifying things algebraically. So the negative is going to distribute. Now notice the 3x's cancel out, the 1 cancels out, and then now the h's cancel out. So my answer is going to be 3. So I first found the f of x and the f of x plus h. I plugged it into the formula, and then I manipulated it to cancel it out. Let's look at another one. So we need to find these first two pieces of information, f of x and f of x plus h. So f of x plus h. So I have blank squared minus blank minus 2. So I'm plugging in x plus h. Now remember, this means x plus h times x plus h. So that's x squared, xh, xh, so 2xh, and then plus h squared. Distribute the negative, minus x minus h, and then still have the minus 2. And then my f of x, that's always given. That's x squared minus x minus 2. So now we can plug it in. So first is the f of x plus h. So that's x squared plus 2xh plus h squared minus x minus h minus 2. Minus, right, minus, now subtract my function, which is x squared minus x minus 2, all over h. So now let's see what cancels out. So if I distribute that negative, I'm just going to write it in red instead of rewriting the entire thing. So that becomes a negative, that becomes a positive, and that becomes a positive. So that means that x squared and minus x squared cancel out. Negative x and positive x cancel out. Negative 2 and positive 2 will cancel out. So I'm left with 2xh plus h squared minus h. So I have this, this, and this. And that's all over h. Now if there's an h in common, so I'm going to factor out that h, because that's the only way you can reduce, is if you reduce factors. And so the h's cancel out. And I'm left with my answer. So to close today's lesson, what did we learn today? We learned about the difference quotient. F of x plus h minus f of x all over h. And what do we need to cancel out within the difference quotient? The goal is to cancel out that h algebraically. This does conclude our lesson. If you have any other questions, please leave them in the comments.